What's going on, everybody? Brian here from Brian's Broadcast. I hope all of you are doing fantastic. Today, I'm going to review an Amouage fragrance and if you have seen from the title, it's called Sunshine Man. So stay tuned, and if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up button if you like fragrance and other contents that I have on my channel. Let's start off with the presentation. Beautiful sky blue box with this golden sun that looks almost like a big flower. It's a beautiful, beautiful box. I mean, the color combination totally suits it. And on the box, you have that like a leather kind of texture, but it's just paper. Yeah, very simplistic box. And the box itself is like a very sturdy and hard material. Most likely it's wood, and the bottle sits inside that notch. That's about it. Very simple box, yet very elegant. Let me show you the bottle really quick. This is my first bottle of Amouage fragrance in my collection. Totally loving it. Like the cap, it's not exactly white. It's almost like kind of like slightly in the grayish direction, but it's got some weight to it. And the internal part is like golden. And on the top you have like a gemstone, and on the top you have like a crown. So maybe the crown of Oman. And if you did not know, Amouage fragrances are mostly based out of Oman. They are one of the most prominent producers of frankincense, myrrh, and all those things, olivinum. So they're really famous for using and creating fragrances using these ingredients, natural ingredients. So Amouage Sunshine Man is no different. As you can see on the side, it says sunshine, and basically the color is a beautiful deep yellow, and it almost feels like sunshine in a bottle. This fragrance is termed as spicy aromatic, and it's very true. Now, on the internet, I did find a lot of reviews. I know I'm late to the game, but better late than never. I did find a lot of reviews where people liked it, people did not like it, and I will share with you one experience that I had in my office when I was wearing this fragrance. So let's first talk about the notes. From the Amouage website, on the top you have lavender, orange brandy, everlasting flower. I don't know what that is. Heart notes, you have bergamot, juniper berry, clary sage, and on the base you have cedarwood, tonka bean, and vanilla. Now, guys, this fragrance is not your typical freshie. You may be thinking like, oh, it says sunshine, it's got bergamot, it's got this lavender and floral notes. It has to be something that's fresh, like citrusy fragrance. No, it's not. It's very warm and spicy in the opening, and trust me, it has this sharp edge, like a big dump of spiciness in the opening. Like the moment you spray it, it just opens up like as if you were in a like a, in one of the spice bazaars in Oman or Turkey or somewhere like that. So you can imagine all this blend of spices, and I believe the spiciness is coming from the lavender, because the lavender here is what's playing the role, and you have this orange brandy, so this has this boozy warmth to it. So it's not like your typical booze like rum or whiskey or gin. It's not like that. The orange brandy is like more of like a whole aged and full-bodied kind of brandy which has been macerating for a long time. And with that, the spicy lavender, rather than being floral in nature, you get this spicy lavender which is sharp, and this floral notes, they don't disclose which kind of florals there are, but there's a lot of floral notes you'll get left and right. So that's the opening. Like you get this sharpness, which is not like a bad thing, but you get this big dump of spicy sharpness opening up immediately. Like it just springs into life, like boom, just like that in your face. Now, as this fragrance starts drying down, the spiciness mixes with the bergamot here. Now, the bergamot over here, what I notice, it's not one of that sweet, juicy, fruity kind of bergamot. You get this like a bitter kind of bergamot, which is mixing with this spiciness on the top. It's a pretty nice and decent feeling, but it has this like a whole different kind of oriental kind of feeling to it. Now, the juniper berry adds more to the spicy woodiness. The clary sage adds to the sweet greenness, if that's a word. But like the green over here, it's like one of that soothing, sweet tad bit sweet kind of green. So that's where a tad bit of sweetness is coming in the mids. Further drying down, this fragrance has this beautiful combination of cedarwood, vanilla, and tonka bean. Now the tonka and the vanilla kind of creates that creaminess. Now the cedarwood over here, I felt it's kind of like dry yet creamy, and the tonka bean vanilla creates this beautiful, like smooth ending to this fragrance. Now, here's what happened. This fragrance, most of the time, as you know, like, oh, I forgot to tell you one more thing. It has this, like, kind of like a soapy kind of feel somewhere in the mids to the dry down. Not in the opening, but from the mids to the dry down. So maybe like around 3 to 4 hours mark, that's where you get that soapy, spicy kind of feel, which is not a bad thing. But sometimes people will not like this fragrance because, again, because they use all these high quality oils and mostly natural ingredients, and like people are not used to those smells, right? We are mostly used to all the synthetic, mass appealing kind of things, but these are niche fragrances that needs like a trained nose to appreciate. So here's what happened. There was like a group of ladies, like four ladies passing by, and one of them commented immediately as she crossed me, and she was not like too far away. She was like around 3 to 4 feet away from me. She was going this way. I was sitting right here, and then they were going that way. And somebody commented like, something smells funky here. So immediately I knew why some people did not like it, why Sunshine Man could be a potentially polarizing fragrance, right? Right there. That was a live experience that I had. Now, I have been wearing this fragrance in the subway, on the bus, on the train, and everywhere. I've been sweating. I put it on during the heat, and also like I work in a controlled temperature environment. So like what I noticed is like Sunshine Man, although it says sunshine, it's more suited for the warmer weather, but personally I found that it lasts and performs much better when it's a bit cooler. It's not one of your warm weather fragrances where you go out in the heat and this fragrance will survive. Like what I found, like during the warmer days, like when I'm out and about, what I noticed is that this fragrance does not last as long. Maybe 4 hours max, 4 to 5 hours, and then it's gone. And I'm talking about 8 to 10 sprays every time. But when I'm inside, like when I applied this fragrance inside, like I did not apply it before, but I went into the office and applied like 10 sprays. This thing was projecting like a monster. So you understand where that comment from the lady came from, right? So this thing has been projecting like a monster. It's a beast, but has to be like a cooler kind of setup. Not too hot, not too humid. Otherwise, it totally destroys the whole fundamental of this fragrance. I mean, that's what my feeling is. That's what my observation is. On the cooler days, like when it was breezy and then you're inside an air conditioned chamber, this thing will last way past 8 to 10 hours, and it lives on as a skin scent with this beautiful soapy, creamy, woody vanilla tonka bean combination, like a beautiful sillage. It just lives around, and it covers you in a scent bubble. Although almost like towards the 8 hours mark, it will become like a skin scent, but it still keeps on projecting, again because the oil quality is really good, the concentration is high. So the more your skin hits up, the outside temperature is kind of like controlled, and your skin hits up, this thing will start to waft out. So that was my observation and experience with Amouage Sunshine Man. Please, guys, let me know in the comment section below if you have ever tried this fragrance. What are your thoughts? What are your experiences? And I hope I did not, like bore you with this video, because I know it maybe it went a bit too long, but I just had to. I just wanted to share everything that I experienced with this fragrance. Oh, and by the way, this is like one of those magnetic caps. I hear there's a lot of controversy going on, like magnetic caps, non-magnetic caps. I really didn't care because this fragrance is good. It's a very good fragrance, I must say. It's a phenomenal fragrance, but it's not one of those mass appealing fragrances. Although in the train and buses, like I didn't see anybody like make faces or like look at me like in a squinting, this is smelling bad. Nah, I did not find anyone do that. So like it's maybe a minority that might not like it, but I'm liking it. I love it. That was my take on Sunshine Man from Amouage. Let me know in the comments your experience, thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up button because very soon I will be sponsoring a giveaway. So make sure you are on this channel if you don't want to miss out. So until the next video, please take care, stay safe, and all the best.